Right now at 6, a controlled burn loses control in Chaseburg. 8 departments respond to the fire. And a Lafarge school secures more than $1 million from a state grant. How they're planning to use it to expand.
Watching WKBT La Crosse, this is News 8 Now at 6.
Good evening, everyone, and thanks for joining us at 6. I'm Ken Kozarowski. Emily is off tonight. A significant vaccine shakeup could be on the horizon. The CDC committee is discussing possible changes to vaccine recommendations. News 8 Now's Grace Monk joins us tonight with the latest. Grace.
The CDC's Advisory Committee on Immunization Practices finished its two-day meeting this afternoon with a change to COVID-19 vaccines. The panel recommends that people consult with the doctor before getting the shot. This would apply to adults 65 years of age and older. For anyone younger, the same process holds, and it should grade the risk-benefit of the vaccination. The panel voted against requiring a prescription for the vaccine. Some outside medical liaisons working with the panel say the guidance should be more forceful.
Simple, stable recommendations can increase vaccine coverage. COVID-19 vaccines are highly safe and effective. Or if we don't want to say safe and effective, they work.
Yesterday, the panel voted to change its MMRV vaccine recommendation. Instead of a combined shot protecting against measles, mumps, rubella, and varicella, or chickenpox, when a child turns 1, the committee is suggesting parents wait until they turn 4. For kids under 4, they suggest separating chickenpox from the MMR vaccine. Amplify Health's vaccine program manager says this won't have a big impact on the current vaccine schedules.
They're given as separate vaccines anyway at 12 months. And then we use the MMRV vaccine at the kindergarten shots is what we call them. Why we don't give it at 1 year and give it at 4 years instead is all based on older ACIP recommendations.
The panel delayed a vote on hepatitis B shots given to infants on the day they are born. Recommendations from the CDC's vaccine committee are not final until the acting CDC director signs off on them. Reporting in the newsroom, Grace Monk, News 8 Now.
Thank you, Grace. Fire crews battled a grass fire in Chaseburg today. The fire started when a planned controlled burn spread faster than anticipated. 8 departments responded to the incident. No major damage to surrounding buildings was reported.
It was a big fire, a lot of wood fuel there, pretty close to the dwelling, and I'm just really proud of the volunteers of the fire service that are managing this.
And the sheriff says no one is hurt. Sentencing day for the Onalaska man involved in a fatal drug delivery. Aspen Kalina will spend 7 years in prison, followed by 5 years extended supervision. In 2023, Kalina delivered methamphetamine to a man living in a sober living facility. That man was later found dead. An autopsy ruling the cause of death was an overdose. It is Friday night, so a bunch of families heading to the Friday Night Lights tonight, wherever that may be. And some of the regions, as the radar behind you indicates, Nicole, going to be a little wet tonight.
Yeah, you're definitely going to want to keep that rain gear on the closer side. Scattered thunderstorms passing through, so it's not going to be a complete washout for everyone. In fact, some of us might actually miss out on some of these showers and thunderstorms. But again, you want to be on the safer side. We did have one area of stronger thunderstorms moving through west central Wisconsin. They're now moving further north, where we're seeing a little weaker environment, so they should continue to weaken. We're already seeing that weakening now for areas closer to the interstate corridor or otherwise. Not a whole lot of intense activity over there. That white box is a special weather statement, which is just one level before a severe thunderstorm warning, just indicating the possibility of some small hail. Further west of the Mississippi, we still have that line of more scattered and smaller thunderstorms passing through, seeing a little bit more lightning in those, so they could be increasing just slightly, but again, they are on the smaller side, and they're going to be more pulse-like, so they'll likely kick up and then start to decay pretty quickly as well. But they are getting a little bit closer to the La Crosse area. They'll likely stay just to the west, but we could see a couple more popping up as we go over the next hour or so. So I'll have the details on the timing and everything coming up in a little bit.
Sounds like a plan. Thanks, Nicole. Well, the school year might have just started, but a new opportunity has a Lafarge school planning ahead for next September. News 8 Now's Allison Fergit explains.
A nature-based charter school in Lafarge is able to expand thanks to a $1.1 million grant from the state. Students at the Kickapoo Valley Forest School ended their week making apple cider.
See that wheel that's spinning really fast?
But time spent outside is nothing new for these elementary schoolers.
We have children who are spending long periods of time in nature.
Jonelle Keesaw helped establish the school in 2020 after hearing from parents who wanted their kids to spend more time in nature.
Innovating education at this point in time is really important. Parents are looking for new ways for their kids to engage with education.
And since its founding 5 years ago, the school has taken off.
Every year we're filling up our spots, and some classrooms are having wait lists.
Currently, the Kickapoo Valley Forest School serves around 85 kids between 4K and 4th grade. And now a more than $1 million grant will help them expand.
We will be creating an upper elementary, which will include 3rd, 4th, and 5th grade. And those students will also spend much of their day outside, but their academics might focus more around citizen science and project-based learning.
The new upper grade elementary will be called the Kickapoo Valley Field School, and it's set to begin next school year.
To have those options really just makes the difference in giving families and children the educational experience that they need.
The Kickapoo Valley Forest School is hosting a Harvest Moon event near the end of October. It's an opportunity for families in the community to come out and learn more about the school. Reporting in Lafarge, Allison Fergit, News 8 Now.
Now to a News 8 follow-up. La Crosse County's proposed new marijuana fine will be voted on next month. If it passes, the fine for possessing 25 grams or less of marijuana would be $1. The current county ordinance fine is $100 plus court fees. Eau Claire County is hosting the third and final clean sweep of 2025. It runs from 8 a.m. to noon tomorrow. The event invites residents to properly dispose of hazardous waste. So disposal of old fuel, aerosol cans, fertilizers, and oil-based paint is free. And with scattered thunderstorms in the forecast, organizers say they'll cancel or end early if conditions become unsafe. They'll post updates on Facebook if the event is canceled. So no post means it's still on. It's rivalry week here in La Crosse. North Side hosting the South Side for the 99th Battle for the Arc of Victory. News 8 Sports Director Jacob Lenzendorf is at Logan with what to expect as the Rangers host the Riverhawks. Jacob.
Hello, Ken. It is a nice night as of right now. The rain holding off, and let's hope that's the case for the rest of the night as we're in for another big week of prep football here in Wisconsin. It's week number 5, and it's kind of tabbed rivalry week as we've got Logan Central, the 99th Battle for the Arc of Victory. We also have Toma Sparta and some old foes, the Luther Knights, taking on the Aquinas Blue Gold tonight as well. So we've got a big slate of games coming up, a lot of action as usual. We'll have you covered later at 10. But coming up in 6 in sports, we'll be talking to head coach of the Logan Rangers, Casey Noble, as his team looks to get to 5-0 against a Central team that's playing good football as of late. But Ken, that'll do it for me here. We'll see you later.
All right, Jacob, thanks very much. Coming up tonight, Honeycrisp or McIntosh. We're live in La Crescent as crowds arrive for Apple Fest. And the Salvation Army and Quick Trip team up to make sure little ones have what they need for winter, but they can't do it without you. It's a big weekend as La Crescent kicks off its 77th annual Apple Fest today. News 8 Now's Brooklyn Hine is there live. What you got, Brooklyn?
I'm here in La Crescent at Apple Fest, where weekend of festivities are just getting started. Crowds are filling the fest grounds for food, games, live music, and backed by popular demand this year is the carnival.
You know, that was the thing about last year. We didn't have a carnival, and I felt almost like we lost that little bit of community because everybody likes that. And, you know, you come for the carnival, you stay for the food, you ride a pony if you want to. It's all about love, and I absolutely love that.
Apple Fest is a nonprofit organization, and proceeds from the event are given back to support the community. Now, we're here right in front of the Tilt-A-Whirl, which in my humble opinion is the best ride at the carnival, and I might have to hop in line after this. You don't want to miss it out here in La Crescent. Brooklyn Hine, News 8 Now.
Thanks, Brooklyn. And the 22nd annual Chippewa Falls Oktoberfest is underway. The party there started at the Liney Lodge this morning, followed by a golden keg ceremony and the announcement of this year's Festmeister and Festmeisterin, Charles Buddy and Jamie Brennan. A parade then brought the festivities to the Northern Wisconsin State Fairgrounds.
What's the best part of the Chippewa Falls Oktoberfest?
Beer.
It's definitely the camaraderie, although my husband keeps saying the beer. But it's definitely the camaraderie.
The Schmitz are now my favorite. The festival runs through Saturday night, and tonight's events are going to be headlined by the Stein Holding Contest. That's coming up soon, starting at 6:45, as well as some live performances from the Hayes Boys Orchestra and Bear Creek Band. The La Crosse Salvation Army and Quick Trip are making sure everyone's prepared for winter. They are teaming up for the Coats for Kids collection event. From now to October, community members are encouraged to donate slightly used or new coats at one of the 27 Quick Trip locations in La Crosse County.
It's been an excellent way for the community to show their support of those who cannot provide for themselves and maybe need a helping hand at this time.
They're also accepting hats and gloves, and people can even donate adult winter gear. They hope to collect over 500 coats this time around. Distribution days are going to be set for October 10th, 17th, and 24th. Second graders from Trempealeau Elementary went on a special field trip today. The students embarked on their annual Trempealeau walk-around, walking to different locations around town to deepen their understanding of their community. One of the stops was the Community Heritage Center, where teachers say the kids got an up-close look at the history of their hometown.
It's fun to go to all the different places like the hotel or here at the Historical Society and listen to all the great things that Mr. Kudrowski can say and show them, such as things from the past, pictures of the river, and we're such a river town, so we'd like for them to know a little bit more of the history in the past.
Students also visited Citizen State Bank, Fat Cat's Bait Shop, and the historic Trempealeau Hotel. We will have more news ahead, but first.
Still tracking some scattered thunderstorms moving across the area, some of which are now getting a little bit closer to La Crosse. We'll likely have more thunderstorms passing through the weekend. So I'll have a full look at the timing coming up right after the break. Well, if you're heading out for the evening, you definitely want to keep your First Warn weather app handy so you can look at the live radar, because we do have thunderstorms passing through the area for the next couple of hours. The main area of thunder that we were watching a little bit earlier on is moving further north, closer into Clark County, so it's a little bit more of an unfavorable environment up there. A lot of those storms have since weakened to more of a moderate rainfall. As we go a little bit further south, and especially west of the Mississippi, that's where we're seeing more isolated, smaller scaled thunderstorms passing through just west of La Crosse for now, but we still have some more activity further south. The storm motions on a lot of these are just slightly to the northeast, so they're moving north for the most part, but they will continue to veer a little bit to the east, likely causing the chance for some of us closer to the river to feel a couple downpours coming up. They're pretty small and they're moving at a fairly quick speed, so the downpour would be quick, but you will definitely get wet if you find yourself under one of them, so keep the umbrella handy. As we go throughout the rest of the evening, again, we'll likely continue to see that line move further north for the next couple hours. As we go into the overnight period, a lot of that activity should start to dwindle down. That main line will eventually be making its way closer to Eau Claire sometime around the midnight hour. Once we go into tomorrow morning, then we could still see some isolated activity, mainly looking towards west central Wisconsin. But as we go into the afternoon, then a lot of that activity should start to pick up once again with fairly similar conditions to what we're seeing today. More scattered showers in the first part of the day, but those could start to increase into some thunderstorm activity as we go into the evening hours. Coverage is a little bit less than we're seeing today, and the chance to have stronger thunderstorms is also just a tad bit less, but still, again, the chance to maybe get a little bit wet as you head out the door for any activities tomorrow evening. We have a pretty busy weekend ahead of us with multiple ways to get outside. Apart from those scattered thunderstorm chances, it's going to be quite nice out there, so I would really go out and enjoy it either way. You might get a little wet, but the chances are going to be on the lower side since they're going to be so scattered in nature. Rain totals going through tonight and into tomorrow morning. Again, the heaviest total is really looking to be north of I-94, where we're seeing the best chance for thunderstorm activity, but we could see some higher amounts going closer to the Mississippi River Valley, where we're seeing that activity pushing through now. As we go then and add on the totals that we could see going into Saturday, again, the thunderstorm activity is looking to be the highest as we go into west central Wisconsin and still north of I-94. But really, if you find yourself under one of those scattered thunderstorms, you do have that chance to get around a half to potentially up to an inch of rainfall pretty quickly as they move through. Rain chances going through the rest of the weekend then staying widely scattered, around a 30% chance even into Monday as well, but they really start to decrease once we get to the start of next week, and a lot of that rain should be out of the way once this low pressure system finally passes over us as we go into the weekend. Lows when you're waking up in the morning, fairly cool, 62, 61 in Eau Claire. On the cooler side from what we've been dealing with, a little bit less muggy out there, but still looking at the chance for some patchy fog. Highs tomorrow then in the low 70s for the most part. As we go into Sunday, still that chance for some scattered thunderstorm activity, but we'll have more breaks in the clouds, so we could see slightly warmer temperatures, seeing more spots get back into the mid and upper 70s for your Sunday's highs. Still holding on to the few showers and thunderstorm chances for both Sunday and Monday, but again, it's looking like a little bit less in coverage compared to what we're seeing today and what we'll have tomorrow. And then the first day of astronomical fall is going to be bringing some closer to average temperatures by the end of the next week, and it should be a little drier too.
All right, thanks, Nicole. Coming up next in sports, let the games begin. Hopefully. Week 5 of the high school football season in Wisconsin has arrived. We've got a report from one of the area's biggest rivalry games each year. Jacob is next.
Covering all the exciting action from your community, here's News 8 Now Sports with Jacob Lenzendorf.
Good evening, everyone, and hello from Logan High School. We're getting ready for one of the biggest games each year. It's the Northsiders versus the Southsiders. Logan and Central battling for the 99th time for the Battle of the Arc. We now welcome in head coach of the Logan Rangers, Casey Noble. And Casey, a 4-0 start for your team, playing really well to start the year. What are some impressions that you have as to why you have been able to have such a good start?
Our O-line is really, really strong, tough. They've really come together over the first few weeks. And then our D-line, we got some big boys on both sides of the football, and they're a major factor in why we're doing well right now.
You guys had some great playmakers last year that have graduated. Now you have new guys stepping in, like Tommy Check at quarterback, just a sophomore, but playing really well from what I've seen. What have you liked about him so far?
Does a great job with his keys and reads. He's just getting better week by week. We knew it's going to be a growing process for him, and he's taking it all in, and just a tremendous athlete that we just love to get the ball to.
Absolutely. And Central, a familiar opponent tonight. A lot of things need to happen to get a win, but what's maybe one thing that jumps out to you as a coach, what has to happen for a Logan win tonight?
Well, we got Christian Rudrud's probably the best player in the conference. He is just a special athlete that can run with the ball, pass the ball. It's kind of fun to watch when you're watching film, but we want to shut him down tonight. And then Gabe Service and Connor Groth, they got some big time playmakers that we got to shut down, and then get our O-line rolling with our run game.
Awesome. All right, Coach, thank you so much for your time. Best of luck tonight. And also other games tonight going on as well. We've got the play of the week right now, though. Roll it, guys. It's Sawyer Jacobson of Bangor with an 83-yard kick return touchdown against Ithaca last week. A major moment in this game because this score right here was to help Bangor get the 16-8 lead, and that was the final score in that one. So a big congratulations to Sawyer Jacobson and the Bangor community for getting the win there. But elsewhere tonight, we've got lots of intriguing games going on in the neighborhood. We've got Reedsburg against Holman right now happening. We've also got Aquinas against Luther, who are both unbeaten in the Cooley Conference. We've got a big one up in the Dairyland as the Cochrane Fountain City Pirates look to keep their good stretch alive. So we got a lot of fun, and it's the Friday Night Frenzy coming up later at 10, the highlight show, and hopefully the rain stays away, so we got plenty of action for all of you. Nicole will have one final check on your forecast after this.
Special weather statement just north in northern Juneau County for some potential half-inch hail. Otherwise, we're still tracking some scattered thunderstorms moving just west of the Mississippi River. Some more pulling up in the south as well that could potentially be impacting La Crosse in the next hour or so. So that'll likely be the activity for the next few hours. Definitely keep that weather app handy in the umbrella. They'll be moving pretty quickly, though, and out of your hair just as fast as they showed up. So that's the good news.
Excellent. We all came prepared to shoot football with umbrellas today.
That's
we
good.
listened to the forecast. Thanks for joining us tonight. We'll see you at 10.